This is the second video to be of this type I'm making that's kind of personal, and I'm already diving this deep, huh? Damn. So I just wanted to say that I have lived quite some time on this earth. Might sound crazy coming from someone who's 21 years old now, but I can see it. I can see the different people that were all called me throughout the years. I can feel the time when I was half this age and the thought of living to 20 would be an impossible thing to imagine, but here I am. It is like these flashbacks of different periods throughout my life invading all at once. It is so overwhelming, and moreover it is so difficult to put into words this amalgamation of human sensations and thoughts. But yeah, anyway, I'm graduating. I actually just attended the ceremony yesterday. That is terrifying, exhilarating, worrying, exciting, crazy, powerful, novel, great, and every other fitting adjective under the sun all at the same time. It all goes back to the simple idea that just things are changing. I won't have this school building as an everyday destination, even if it kept changing throughout the years. I won't have my life scheduled based on classes and the school days, and now learning is going to be not forced upon me, but I would be the one that has to actively go for it, and I seek it. Also, so many of the activities, goals, and achievements that I had are mostly encapsulated within this academic framework. I wouldn't know what will happen next. Would I go running immediately after the closest possible new framework? Would I become unhinged, bound by no framework, and I don't know, go yelling in the streets? Would I be able to set my own framework, be within, and then start actively doing everything I want to be doing? I do not know. Being in school and in academia in general is like traveling a really distant trip by a train, and you'll be switching stations and trains from time to time, but as long as the end result is that you are on the train, you do not pay too much mind to it. But after this 14 plus year long ride, I am now facing the fact that I'm actually arriving at my destination. I've almost forgotten that the point of all this ride was the arrival in the first place. Now that you realize this, all sorts of questions pop up. Is this really the destination that I wanted to go to? Hey, what about all these other trains that I've been on? I've been spending so much time on them and I didn't give it much thought. And this particular train I am currently on is really special to me. And what about the other people on the train with me? What's their plan after the arrival? Are they just as confused as me? Do I even have a plan? Is their plan better? What if there's winged talking bear traps flying through the skies outside the train that will chomp the shit out of me? You know what? Can we stop this train? I don't think I'm ready yet. What do you mean you can't? I'm begging you, please. Well, to be honest, this is sort of being dramatized to an extent. You can easily say, just grow up, bro, it ain't that serious. And I know, it isn't. I do realize that. But let me have my fucking moment, okay? It's just this realization that things are about to change. All of it. And usually in my life, when that resistance to change came up, what was waiting for me on the other side is much better than I would expect. And you know, we all say that change is scary and all that. It is something a bit cliche to say, but goddamn, I did not expect it to be 3D fan animations of Peppa Pig level scary, dog.
Daddy, what are you doing? Let go.
Fear of the future is always there, and it'll always be there. But to transition from something that's always been the stamped goal on your forehead, to get good grades, study well, network, and do fun stuff, I guess, graduate, blah blah blah, all of that now doesn't exist. You gotta write down a new goal on your forehead. For some, that is written long before graduation came near. They knew what they were going to do next. For some, the goal would be written for them by others. And for some, the written goal would continue being, hey, find something to write down here as a placeholder. Not to mention just the external factors of the state of the job market, the economy, just the overall world at this point, man. I am not one to let that get to me, but it sure as shit ain't helping, mate. All of that on your mind, and there's still the aspect of the past as well, not just the future. Looking back, do you think you made the right decisions? Would you do anything differently? What's the thing you regret the most? But I try to say fuck that mindset. I wouldn't do anything differently because the person I am today, from all those past events, mistakes, wins, fuck ups, awkward interactions, and Lord knows there was a lot of them, and much more, that's what made me who I am. If anything, one of the things that I'd change about me is to not complain about the period that I was in, even when it gets tough and stressful. But yet again, I wouldn't want to change that if it didn't already occur to me. Can you see my point? It is like a learning experience. So in the end, the focus should not be on the future nor the past. You guys are right, it must be on the present no matter what. Looking back and planning ahead are great, but give them more than you should, and I feel you'll lose the actual moments within the experience of graduating and the present moment. And that's what I'm trying to do. Whatever happens, this is the time of my graduation right here, right now, and that's part of why I'm recording this video as well. It acts as both a good reflection and a decent look ahead, yet leaving more room for me to be present here, but it also in and of itself being part of this phase that I'm in and making for a good memory for the future. This is all funny as well because I don't think that the current education system is honestly all that great. I think it's starting to crack real bad and many changes need to happen to it, but that perhaps is a topic for another video entirely. And all my 4 years of a university have introduced tremendous changes in my life. I went from being with my family 24/7 to living away from them and then visiting in breaks. I also went from knowing nobody before in my town, especially with COVID, having so many people around me. And I went from being a worried ball of stress over everything to being a worried ball of stress over most things. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that part is probably staying with me until I die. So what I'm trying to say is the thing that I got out of education the most, and especially university, are the great people that I've met and became friends with along the way, the experiences that I've had that I would have never imagined having, the knowledge of the world in general that I've gained, most importantly, the growth that I've had because of all of that as a good old potato person guy. While all these things can arguably be gained outside that system and in less time, I think it's much easier said than done. That system tends to force you to have those experiences. And hey, who knows? Maybe after graduating, I can try to focus on the things that I want to do more. Most of which being making videos on this YouTube channel because I still adore that, but more personal projects as well. I personally want to dive deeper into game development more than I have, and heck, maybe even this job thing might not be too bad. If you could do something meaningful and get money in return for once, I don't know, I might want to test that as well. But alright people, that's that. I know these videos can feel all over the place sometimes, but that's just because that's usually how my thoughts are. But to be honest, I do like this style of videos, and I don't know, maybe let me know what you think in the comments as well. Do you like it? Do you hate it? What would you want changed for it to improve? I probably would make these videos either way because I love making them for myself, but I'm very interested to hear people's thoughts. Hey, what is this guy talking about? Which people? Those being the imaginary views who would have also continued watching until the end? This guy's Delulu, I'm telling you. He calls himself a fucking potato for fuck's sake. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like and maybe subscribe for more videos that I'm definitely going to make sometime during the period between when this video releases and the time of my life ceases to be. Woohoo!